When shipping freight by rail, you'll encounter two very different types of railroads that could make or break your logistics strategy. Class 1 railroads move 70% of all rail freight in North America, but short-line railroads serve over 2,100 communities that Class 1 carriers abandoned. Understanding which one to use for your shipments can save thousands in costs and weeks in transit time. The difference isn't just about size, it's about how they fundamentally approach your business. Let's start with Class 1 railroads. There are 6 major carriers: BNSF, Union Pacific, CSX, Norfolk Southern, Canadian National, and Canadian Pacific Kansas City. These giants operate over 140,000 miles of track and generate billions in annual revenue. They focus on high-volume, long-haul routes between major metropolitan areas. Think of them as the interstate highways of rail, fast and efficient for bulk movements but they don't stop at every small town along the way. Short-line railroads tell a completely different story. There are over 600 short lines operating roughly 50,000 miles of track, often on routes the Class 1 carriers sold off or abandoned. These smaller carriers typically run 50 to 500 miles of track and serve local industries, agricultural operations, and smaller manufacturing facilities. They're the local roads that connect rural America to the main rail network, handling about 10% of all rail traffic, but serving communities that would otherwise have no rail access. The service differences are striking. Class 1 railroads excel at scheduled service between major terminals, moving unit trains of coal, grain, or containers. They offer predictable pricing and standardized equipment. However, you'll likely deal with automated systems, longer lead times for car placement, and limited flexibility for special requests. Short lines operate more like a local trucking company. Personal relationships, flexible scheduling, and customized solutions are their strengths. Cost structures reveal another key distinction. Class 1 carriers use sophisticated revenue management systems similar to airlines, with prices fluctuating based on demand, fuel costs, and capacity. Expect higher base rates, but potential volume discounts for large shippers. Short lines typically offer simpler, more stable pricing with competitive local rates. However, if your freight needs to travel beyond their network, you'll pay interchange fees when transferring to a Class 1 carrier. Equipment availability shows the operational reality. Class 1 railroads maintain massive fleets but allocate cars based on system-wide priorities. During peak seasons, your cars might get delayed for higher priority traffic. Short lines usually have smaller fleets but prioritize local customers. They often know exactly where every car is and can provide real-time updates. Some short lines also offer specialized equipment that Class 1 carriers no longer maintain. Geographic coverage determines your options. Class 1 networks connect major ports, metropolitan areas, and industrial centers across thousands of miles. If you're shipping from Los Angeles to Chicago, you need a Class 1 carrier. Short lines fill the gaps, reaching small towns, rural elevators, and industrial sites that lost Class 1 service. Many shipments require both, a short line for first or last mile, then a Class 1 for the long haul through interchange agreements. Choose based on your specific needs. Use Class 1 railroads for high-volume, regularly scheduled shipments between major markets where you can accept standardized service. Choose short lines when you need personalized attention, serve smaller communities, or require specialized handling that Class 1 carriers won't accommodate. Many successful shippers use both strategically. Ready to optimize your rail shipping strategy? Visit steelwheellogistics.com to connect with experienced rail logistics professionals who understand both networks.